Okay. Okay, hello everyone. My name's Christina. I'm from Oxford Brookes University. So thank you very much for joining us all here today. I'm with one of our students on the MArch program, Olcan. Do you want to say hi?
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm Olcan. I'm studying MArch program at Oxford Brookes University. I'm coming from Middle East Technical University in Ankara.
Olcan Bey, küçük bir şey söyleyeceğim arkadaşlar siz başlamadan önce. Arkadaşlar hepiniz hoş geldiniz öncelikle. Şöyle webinarın ses kalitesinin iyi olması için yani sunumu iyi duyabilmeniz için login olduğunuzda mikrofon kısmını muted, sessiz vaziyete getirebilir misiniz? Bu çok önemli. Yani online bir sunum olduğu için ve haliyle internet bağlantısından vesaire çok etkilendiği için mikrofon kısmını soru cevap kısmına geçmeden önce muted vaziyette tutabilirseniz çok seviniriz. Böylelikle keyifli ve yani rahat duyulabilir bir webinar gerçekleştirmiş oluruz. Olcan Bey, Christina söz sizde.
Okay. Ali Bey, soru gelecek. Biz ona göre mi cevap verelim yoksa programı mı tanıtalım? Nasıl ilerleyelim?
Aslında şöyle, you can introduce the program and yourselves first. You know, you can make an introduction in Turkish and in English as well. Then you can continue with presentation. Then we will move on to the Q&A session.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we can introduce the program, maybe AAD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so so I'm Christina. I'm from Oxford Brookes University, and here's Olcan today. So Olcan, do you want to talk through a bit about the program that you're currently on, and how you came to choose this program?
Will I speak in Turkish or English? Which one is better for the people?
If you can do a bit of, I think maybe a bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm studying AAD and MArch program in Oxford Brookes, and actually I chose this program because of its very experimental contents, because its design approach and its architectural design approach is completely different than the ecole and approach of Middle East Technical University. And in this program, AAD, I mean advanced architectural design course, we just do some abstract projects, not just buildings. So it's very different. And also we are making a research at the same time. And also we have another course, urban cultures, and all these courses are all connected. So it's very beneficial for the students. And also I can show you the web page of our program, Andrew Home Studio. Also, can you see this web page now, Andrew Home Studio?
Yeah, we can see it properly. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so you can check the previous projects from this studio, because we aren't using just three-dimensional modeling programs, or we are not doing just technical drawings in architecture. As you see the image pictures, we do some freehand drawings, abstract projects, and then we are making some short movies in the section in the course module, and we are making collages. And actually, it's not important which program do you use. I mean, Rhino, SketchUp, Grasshopper, or something else, or just AutoCAD. So it's this program is very open-minded. I mean, the staff, all the lecturers, Professor Andrew Holmes are very open-minded. So everything is accepted in the program. Can continue. And every year the program, every year the main topic is changed. For example, in this year we focused on Gothic architecture and Gothic architecture in cinema and photography. That's why we are working on some strange or mysterious atmosphere. And also in architecture, creating an atmosphere is very important. That's why we focused on this issue. So you can check all these short movies because these short movies are last submission of AID, this program. So this is a must, by the way. You will learn how to create an atmosphere. You'll learn how to take some Gothic architecture style photographs and videos. And also you will learn how to use some lighting equipments. And also all these stuff are related to your architectural language, of course. Your building in your mind or your spaces in your mind. So I think this is enough for a brief introduction for the course, because there are many data information in the web page.
We have a couple of questions already. So we have a question from Elif. What is Andrew Home Studio?
Okay.
Could you answer that?
Yeah. Andrew Home Studio is the main studio in Oxford Brookes University's MArch program. So all these colors, freehand drawings, and short movies are your final projects. Will be your final projects. And also you will take urban cultures and the research methods course. So you will study 3 courses, but the main one is Andrew Home Studio. And I think this is this is important, this web page. That's why you can check it.
Could you maybe say a bit in Turkish as well, a bit about what you just said, if that's okay?
Okay. I continue in Turkish. Oxford Brookes Üniversitesi'nin MArch programında 3 ana kurs alıyorsunuz arkadaşlar. Biri AAD, yani Advanced Architectural Design. Ve AAD kapsamında yapılan projeleri de bu web sitesinden, Andrew Home Studio web sitesinden takip edebilirsiniz. Onun dışında Urban Cultures yine AAD ile aslında birlikte giden bir kurs ve Research Methods kursu dersi var. Orada da sizin dertlendiğiniz konularla ilgili bir araştırma projesi hazırlıyorsunuz. Tekst hazırlıyorsunuz aslında. Programın bana kalırsa en olumlu tarafı fazlasıyla deneysel bir içeriğe sahip. Yani buraya geldiğiniz zaman size bir brief verilip bir mimari proje, yani şu anlamda söylüyorum, bir yapısal bazda bir proje beklenmiyor. Daha çok işin özüyle, mimarinin özüyle alakalı bir program olduğunu söyleyebilirim. Yani burada yapılan işleri aslında check ettiğiniz zaman, çünkü uzun yıllardır devam eden bir program. Farklı üniversitelerde, AA, Westminster, Bartlett ve şu anda Brookes'ta daha açıklayıcı olabilir buradaki işleri takip etmek. Ve şu an evet benim şu an aldığım kurs AA değil.
There's another question here, and in which course you produce those abstract studies?
Yes, I was talking about AAD again.
Okay.
Yeah, the same course.
Good. And so here, is AAD the program? Have you answered these questions?
Yeah, I'm currently
okay,
studying it.
Are there any other questions from anybody based on what Olcan's just been talking about?
They cannot hear us, I think. Bilge wrote it on the last message.
Okay. Turn that one.
Can you hear us, Bilge?
Maybe not. Can everyone hear okay? Can you let us know if you can't hear?
Going well.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Do you have any questions to Olcan about anything, or anything in particular you'd like to know about?
Someone asked the other programs, I think, sustainable design and urban design, I think. the previous messages.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can talk to you. Well, I will show you a bit about the other programs in the School of Architecture. So this is obviously the MA Architecture program, which Olcan's currently studying on. So if you look in the School of Architecture, we do have different programs available. I'll just open that web page and I can show you them. So the postgraduate programs that we have, we've got the MArchD, which is REBA Part 2. That's a 2-year program. The MArch is a 1-year program. And then we also have these programs as well, Development and Emergency Practice, the Humanitarian Action and Peace Building, Shelter After Disaster. So we've got quite a few other ones in the as a postgraduate program. So is there a particular question you have about these programs? There's a question here from Oscar. I am graduated at Fine Arts. I have masters also. I want to attend this program too. So what do you recommend to me? Well, I mean, obviously there's an application process for all of these programs, and typically to get onto the MArch program, students would need a good GPA. It can depend on which university you're a graduate of from in Turkey. So we would typically look for about 3, a GPA of about 3. You also need IELTS 6.5 as a minimum, and you also need a good portfolio as well. So this is like the criteria to get onto the MArch program. Maybe Olcan, could you tell us a bit about the application process for you and how you got onto the program?
In order to apply this program, I mean MArch program or the other programs in Oxford Brookes, you need to write a letter to the university, and also you should prepare a portfolio, and you should show your skills, show your projects and your capabilities about architecture and design or fine arts. So these 2 ones are enough for this program, just portfolio and letter. But you should be clear about your future career and what do you expect from the program. And actually, I can suggest that you can check all the previous works of this web page, because I think they have enough information to what to expect from the program. And also you can choose AAD, this MArch program. I mean, someone asked about the fine arts, because the program has a deep connection between very different fields of art and production. So this is not a very technical program. I mean, this is not a architectural. It's not a technical program in an architectural way. So that's why it's very experimental. So you can do lots of things in an abstract way. So I can suggest you. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, back onto the website. There's more information about the entry requirements. So as I said, we would look for about a 3 in your GPA, and then here are the English language requirements. So we'd ask for 6.5 in IELTS with 6 in each skill. As for the portfolio guidance, you can always, I can share this with you later. And here is a PDF from Matt Gaskin, who's the head of the School of Architecture. And he compiled this document, and it gives you, information about what we would typically look for in the portfolio. So you can see examples here. I mean, it doesn't have to be everything, but you should include a variety in your portfolio to demonstrate all your skills. But this is a good document to read through, so we can forward this to you at the end of the webinar. There was a question about going on to do a PhD. So yes, you can. If you do a master's degree at Brookes, then yes, you can progress onto your PhD. I'm not sure, Olcan, what are your plans after your degree? What are you planning to do?
Actually, I want to work in an office or an architectural company after I graduate from here. But you have a right to follow your PhD program in Oxford Brookes or in another university, because we are not just doing a short movie or some abstract projects. Also, we have a dissertation project, and also we are making research. So that's why your thesis will be both a text and a movie. And also you can find some related information on this webpage, Brookes and March webpage.
Yeah, this goes into detail about the year, the program, and how it's broken up. So there are, I guess you have compulsory modules to take. Yeah. Do you have optional modules as well, or are they all compulsory?
These courses are must, actually.
Okay.
These research methods, in that course, we are learning how to research, how to make a research in an academic way, of course. And this dissertation project, we will study this dissertation project on the second term. And also we have urban cultures, and this is connected to AAD because they are going at the same time. I think they are combined, and also we have postgraduate diploma. I think there is some information about.
Yeah, the postgraduate diploma is when you don't include the dissertation, so you can do the modules and then finish the program, and then you will graduate with the postgraduate diploma. But if you want the actual master's degree, then you have to do the dissertation part as well to get the full amount of credits. So yeah, it starts in September and it's a full year. So you will finish. When do you finish? The end of August, I guess.
End of September.
End of September, yeah. So it is a full 12-month program. Okay. Any questions? Any further questions about anything?
And also, for example, every Wednesday we have AAD course, and every Wednesday we should prepare some new drawings, some new maybe three-dimensional models, some sketches, some physical models. So, and also with the lecturers, with Professor Andrew Holmes, we are arguing our ideas, our project. So always we are in progress to the end of September, of course. And also Oxford Brookes has a big architecture workshop, and you can try to use many different kinds of materials. I mean, concrete, MDF, some very different kinds of wood, and also plasters, and also some flexible materials, because it's very important in the course to feel different textures, I mean, patterns or materials. And I think there's another question.
Yeah, there's a question about scholarships. So, I mean, Oxford Brookes, we offer scholarships to postgraduate students. I can show you a bit on the web page here now. So this is actually out of date. I mean, this is for September 2017, but we will get new scholarships for September 2018. But this gives you an idea of the kind of scholarships that we offer. So we have, for example, the John Henry Brookes Scholarship. So we have one of these for each department can award one of these for any master's degree. So this one you would be eligible to apply for. There are also specific ones within the School of Architecture, the Hodgkinson Scholarship. And then we also have, for the MA Development and Emergency Practice, there are two on offer here, the Martin Wilkinson Scholarship. But I mean, scholarships are, sometimes they're announced quite later on, so you have to keep looking on the website and keep yourself updated with the scholarships that we offer. But Olcan, maybe you could talk a bit about your scholarship.
Okay. By the way, I'm a Chevening scholar, so you can apply for this scholarship program. This is British government's scholarship program, and it's highly competitive. You You are asked to answer 4 questions about leadership, about networking skills, and about your future career. And why do you choose United Kingdom for your master studies? And just that, and also you have to have 2 year, how can I say, job.
Work experience?
Yeah, work experience is a must for this scholarship. You can follow the news on their web page, Chivening, because it covers all the fees of the school, and also I have some monthly. I get some monthly money from the Chivening scholarship again. Yeah.
Are there some kind of deadlines for applying for the scholarship?
I'm not sure. For the next year, I think it was on the maybe 1st of November, but you can follow the scholarship maybe for next year.
Yeah. For Brookes scholarships, there are deadlines, and as you can see, for this year gone, it was June 2017 for the majority of them. But what you have to do is you obviously have to apply for the program first. So you need to apply to the course, and obviously you need to have an offer from the university before you can apply for one of the scholarships. So although we don't really have a deadline for postgraduate applications, if you want to meet the other deadlines, for example, the scholarship deadlines and accommodation deadlines, then really you should apply, the first half earlier on in the year. I would say, don't wait till after springtime. I would say apply by April time. Just so you can process everything else. And also you need to allow time for your visa application. So I would recommend, to do this sooner rather than wait for the summertime.
And someone asked the question about product design, I think. The pink one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, this program is open to architects and all the designers because, again, I'm going to repeat the same thing, but we are not designing just buildings. We are focusing on the atmosphere of space, creating an emotional space in the studio. That's why we are using different methods, different methodologies in the course, AAD. And also, for example, at the beginning of the program, we collected just some plants and some animals, and all of them were our inspiration for our next projects. And also, again, then we designed some wearable architecture for our bodies, and we inspired by some structures of animals or some textures of plants. So everything. So again, at the same time, actually, we are designing some kind of product design at the course, not buildings or not just buildings with structural elements. So it's not technical. It's very abstract, and it's all up to you. What do you want to focus on this program?
Okay. Okay, so there was a question previously about tuition fee. Let me go back to the website. So here, this is like, you can access this from our homepage. And there's a lot of information about the whole program. And here you can see fees and funding. So for international students, the fee in September is this amount here, 13,460. So that's the tuition for 1 year. Obviously, we talked about scholarships available as well, so potentially you could get £1,000 or £2,000 scholarship from that, and obviously there's the Chevening scholarship as well that you could apply for. So then, on top of this, you will also have the accommodation, living expenses, which would be approximately about another 10,000. So actually it might be a bit more. So you really should be budgeting for the whole academic year, I would say about £26,000 for the whole academic year, including living expenses. We have in this brochure, no, not that one. let me have a look. In the international guide that we have a lot of information about living expenses. We can also send this to you at the end of the webinar. But these are your accommodation options. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. And then on this page here, fees and living costs, you can see the kind of how much you would expect to pay extra down here at the bottom. So for a 52-week course, which would be the MArch program, you're looking at £16,000 there. So that, yeah, that's for the accommodation, food, social activities, etc., plus the tuition fee as well. So this gives you a good idea of, you know, how much you should budget for. You're asking, can I download this PDF? Yeah, you can find it. It is on our website, but we can also email this to you. It has a lot of practical information about the university. We've got a list of programs at the back. There's about life in Oxford and all different kind of parts of the whole student experience. So yeah, don't worry about this. We will certainly send that to you afterwards. Maybe Olcan, can you tell us a bit about where you're living, your halls of residence, okay, your experience?
Okay. University has many accommodation types. I'm staying at Chinese Student Village. You can check on the net. All the rooms are very comfortable, and also we have some kitchens, some laundries, and accommodation places have many public spaces for students to gather. So I'm so comfortable. I'm happy with the university's own accommodation. Yeah, dormitories.
And what about friends? Do you have social activities and that?
Yeah, actually, I have many friends in the dormitory because there are many events for socializing with everyone. For example, some Christmas events or some welcoming events, maybe some kind of barbecue parties. So accommodations, dormitories are very enjoyable, not like in Turkey. So I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And we didn't answer a question, I think. Yeah,
that's not quite answered. Okay, I'm going to read out this question, and then Olcan will probably answer it. So I finished painting and drawing department. Also, I studied postmodern art for master. But we also see history of architecture. Okay, I'm just going to mute everyone. If you don't want to ask a question, then can you put yourselves on mute if that's okay? Thank you. So yeah, I'll start again. I finished painting and drawing department. Also, I studied postmodern art for master. But we also see history of architecture, sculpture, etc. in university. And I took AutoCAD, 3Ds, Max graphic design and web design as course from Special Academy. So if I want to take the program as online or for short term, is it possible? Can you answer that?
The program is for 1 year, but if you want, you can take a part-time this course. But this program is starting from September to another September. So you don't have a choice of online education of this course or a shorter term.
Okay. Okay, so Ali's asking me to talk through the application process and the admission onto the program. So we accept applications through UCAS postgraduate. So so yeah, that's how we receive the applications for undergraduate and postgraduate study. So the applications come in and they go to the admissions team, and the admissions team then makes an initial review of the applications. So we look at the academic performance of the applicant, we look for a GPA of about 3.0, and we look at the the level of English as well, and the personal statement. So the applicants need to have a good, solid personal statement, which demonstrates why they want to do the program, the kind of skills that they can bring to the program, what their future aim is, their career aims, etc., and why we should, why we should give that student a place on the program. So when the admissions officer looks at this, they then invite the student, the applicant, to submit a portfolio of their work. So we send out this email with the specifications, and then the student has to submit this electronically, and then it goes to the School of Architecture. So they then review the applications and make a decision ultimately on the portfolio. So at that point, after the academic team have looked at the UCAS application and the portfolio, then we will hopefully be able to make an offer to the student, and then we process that offer. So it might be an offer to complete your university degree with a GPA of 3. It might be an offer to complete your IELTS test. It really depends on what stage you're at. So whether you're still studying or whether you've finished, whether you've taken your IELTS. So that's normally the process. And then if your offer is conditional on IELTS, then obviously you need to take that. You will need to pay a deposit as well of £1,000 usually. So that's the normal way that we process the admission. Is there another part of the question? To increase your chances, you can always make contact with the School of Architecture before applying to the programme. If you want to find out more about portfolio guidance, then you could contact somebody within the team. As I said before, it's a competitive programme, so I would recommend you apply earlier rather than later. So earlier in the cycle, which is usually from now, so up until about March, April time. So I would recommend, springtime to submit your application. Are there any other questions about applying? So Ali's asking, what makes Oxford Brookes special to study architecture as opposed to other British universities? Well, architecture is one of our top programmes, and Oxford Brookes started as the School of Arts. So we're about 150 years old, and we started off as a very small workshop. Our first program was art, and then it developed to architecture. So we are a long-established university in architecture. And as I said, in the UK, it is one of our top programs as well across the UK. So we do attract a lot of strong applicants and strong students. Do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, maybe. And also on this course, actually, I chose this MH program because of Andrew Holmes again, because there are no restrictions and limitations on this course. So you can make connections with music, literature, or anything else, any fields of art or some field of production. So it's really very open-minded, and it's really very experimental. So that's why, for example, in Turkey, there's no some similar program in master degrees in Turkey. So I think this part is a little bit different than other universities.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And also the atmosphere is very multicultural in Oxford Brookes. For example, in MH and MHD program, there are many students from Spain, Scotland, and India, Turkey. So I think it's very, how can I say, important. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Elif has asked, is it possible to skip IELTS for the students who are graduated from some universities where language of education is English 100%? Unfortunately, no, we always ask for IELTS for international students. I mean, we also, for your visa, you need to have an approved English language test. And usually in the UK, IELTS is the dominating English language test to take. So even if your degree has been in English, I'm afraid we don't accept that for the visa purposes. So you will need to take an IELTS test. I mean, they're valid for 2 years. So if you're planning to start in September next year or in 2019, then yeah, you can take one now and see what kind of level you are, and that should be fine. So I mean, I think they're pretty easy to take. In Turkey, there's quite a few test centres, so you can always speak to Ali about that after the webinar, how to arrange an IELTS test. Any other questions?
Can I briefly talk about the IELTS condition, Christina?
Yeah.
Şimdi arkadaş in Turkish of course. Sorry about that.
Oh, go ahead.
Şimdi arkadaşlar şöyle, normal şartlarda yani test kelimesinden hiçbirimiz hoşlanmıyoruz ama IELTS normal şartlarda hani özellikle girmeyenler için söylüyorum. Aşağı yukarı TOEFL'la aynı şeyleri ölçmekle birlikte giren öğrenci oranına baktığımız zaman TOEFL'a kıyasla başarı yüzdesi daha yüksek bir sınav. Sadece okul şartı gibi de düşünmeyin bunu. Yani vize başvurusunda da işinizi kolaylaştıran bir şey. Webinardan sonra yarın gün içinde bununla ilgili, bu kısımla ilgili size ayrıca yollanacak mailde IELTS'le ilgili de bilgi bulacaksınız. Sorularınızı lütfen çekinmeden yazın. İngilizce olabilir, Türkçe yazabilirsiniz. Nasıl arzu ederseniz İngilizce direkt yazın. Türkçe yazarsanız da biz aynı şekilde cevaplanmasına yardımcı olacağız. Hatta yani şöyle they can also ask their questions directly, Christina, by talking to the microphone, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just if they're not asking a question, if everyone stays on mute, then we cancel out that background noise. But yeah, go ahead.
Yani bu arada sözlü olarak da sorunuzu sorabilirsiniz isterseniz. Okay, I think they are okay now. Shall I tell them thank you in Turkish, Christina, if you don't mind?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Okay. Şimdi çok teşekkürler katıldığınız için. Vakit ayırdınız. Böyle keyifli bir sunum oldu. Yarın gün içinde webinarın konusuyla ilgili linkleri de içeren, özellikle bu PDF attachment'lar da içeren bir e-mail alacaksınız. Bu arada Christina'nın maili de o şeyde olacak. Yani Oxford Brookes'la ilgili, mimarlık programları ile ilgili, giriş şartları ile ilgili şu an aklınıza gelmeyen soruları da webinarın ardından bize rahatlıkla yöneltebilirsiniz. Hani Oxford Brookes hakkında çok fazla bilgisi olmayan arkadaşlar için şöyle küçük bir not düşmek istiyorum. Oxford Brookes, mimarlık Oxford Brookes'un en güçlü olduğu alanlardan bir tanesi. Zaten Oğulcan Bey'in girişte bahsettiği stüdyo, Andrew Home Stüdyo'nun tanıtım şeyinde de görebilirsiniz. Orada hemen yanında böyle UCL, Bartlett gibi birkaç okuldan bahsediyor zaten. Onlar arasında yer alan fevkalade saygın bir mimarlık fakültesine sahip Oxford Brookes. Dolayısıyla yani sınıfınıza bakılmaksızın, zaten bu webinarın amacı şu arkadaşlar, İngiltere'de mimarlık eğitimiyle ilgili size bir parça da olsa hani vaktiniz sınırlı bilgi verebilmek. Yani bir öğrencinin, özellikle ara sınıfta okuyan arkadaşlarımız için devamında kabulde nelere dikkat etmeleri gerekir ki böylelikle vakitlice bir takım şeylerin hazırlığı yapılabilsin ve son sınıfa geldiğinizde donanımlı bir şekilde okulların karşısına çıkabilin. Böyle bir amacı da vardı. Umarım sizin için faydalı oldu. Katıldığınız için tekrar teşekkür ediyoruz kendi adımıza. Hepinize başarılar diliyoruz. Tekrar yeni bir etkinlikte görüşmek dileğiyle diyelim. Okay. That's all what I would like to say, Christina.
Okay, thank you, Ali. So I don't know if anyone wants to ask anything else. Otherwise,
Evet, hepiniz mail alacaksınız. They ask, shall we receiving an email tomorrow? Yes, they are gonna be all receiving follow-up email.
yeah, don't worry about that. I mean, yeah, we'll send you all this information. I'll send you the portfolio guidance, the PDF here, and also the international student guide, which is the really useful practical information.
Just one thing more.
Yeah.
You can all find us readily available, me and Christina tomorrow, but not Olcan Day. Please, take this chance to ask him, any question you have in mind, because this is your last chance today.
Yeah, you can ask all the silly questions now. Really, you can ask questions about Oxford, RIMA standards, software, everything. If you have, of course.
What about weather? It's brilliant here.
What about weather, Elif is asking?
It's really cold here. I don't know what it's like. I was in Istanbul last week and it was quite cold in Istanbul, but it's colder here in Oxford this week. It's about, I don't know, 0 degrees in the morning or something.
This week is relatively warmer compared to last week, Christina, I'm afraid to say this.
I chose the wrong week to come to Turkey. So.
It is expected to be around 18 this weekend. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah. What makes your education better? You mean at Oxford Brookes? I mean, architecture is, as I said, one of our top programs, and we're RIBA accredited as well. So we have this standard of education from the program. We're a very international university. We're in the top 50 QS rankings of modern universities. So we've achieved a lot since we became a university in 1992. And as Olcan said, we are very international, and that really helps boost our student satisfaction. We will ask for your education
in our university. I didn't get it.
I don't really understand that comment there from Emra.
I think he means I'm going to be consulting with my lecturers about Oxford Brookes University later on.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah. What's your favorite color? Is that me or Olcan? Mine's green. I don't know about Olcan. What's your favorite? Black. Okay, so. Question, why did you choose this school, Olcan? You know there are lots of universities in the UK.
Yeah, you're right. There are many great universities in the UK, of course. But actually, I graduated from a Middle East Technical University in Ankara, and my architectural school, my previous architectural school was focusing on modernism and also Bauhaus principles of Germany, as you may know. And then I worked for Emre Aralat Architecture in Istanbul. So I experienced lots of things in the fields. I mean, I joined some competitions. I prepared and made some technical drawings for constructions, for some big projects. And then actually I wanted to experience something different, and I want to actually create something experimental things in this program. That's why I came here. And the main thing about the main part of my choice was Andrew Holmes, of course, because he's a very talented guy. He's both artist and architecture, and also you can learn many things from him. I think the academic stuff is very important in an academy, and Oxford Brookes is one of the best of this field.
Okay. Okay. Was there? I think you're a hero now, Olcan. But let's have a look. What would you recommend us to do before starting the program? Like, is there anything we can do to improve ourselves, like learning any drawing programs?
No. Actually, you don't have to know any program or you don't have to know anything because you will come here to experience something different. So actually, it's very good to not to be prepared for the program because again, as I mentioned before, at the beginning of the course, I collected just plants from the ground, from the some public spaces, parks, and then I made some freehand drawing sketches inspired by these plants, textures of these plants, structure of these plants, and then I created some spaces related to this plant and animals. So it's very experimental. So we argue many things about again, literature and also including phenomenology in architecture and also different fields of art, of course, not architecture.
Okay. I've just opened here some photographs I took of the Abercrombie building, this is the School of Architecture in here. So this is just to give you an idea of what it looks like. So this is, as you walk in, you have workshops and computer rooms on either side, and you have these glass walkways that connect both the sides. And that's from the other perspective. And then down here, you've got a little coffee shop. This, Olcan, do you have like, can you say anything about this area?
Yeah, this is glass tank. There are many exhibitions in that space, and also there are some cocktails happening here, and also there are many events in our big lecture theater in Oxford Brookes, and many architects are coming to the school. I think it's very beneficial for us because you can argue with some very well-known British architects, and also there are many computers in some public spaces of the school, so you don't have to carry your own laptops, and you can use all the architectural software in our studios and also in our forum, I mean the big public space of the school. So I think the building is very functional, and also it has a big courtyard. Again, there are some open air events are occurred in this open space. These are studios, architectural design studios.
Yeah. This is the School of Law, so this is a different building. Okay, but this is the front bit here. This is the main campus, Headington campus, and just down here where I'm moving the mouse, that's like towards the School of Architecture. And along here, you've got a bank, you've got convenience store, Starbucks as well, and then you've also got a doctors and dentists on campus. And then here you can see there's 4th-floor library, the main central library of the university, which is open 24 hours. And this is from inside the main building, and here you can see the library. And this is called the forum area, and it's a really big area where students and staff, they can come and use the seating arrangements, and you have meetings here, or you can study here. There are computers for students to use, so it's really flexible kind of learning and meeting space for everyone. And this is inside the main lecture hall. So do you have lectures in here sometimes?
Yeah, because there's an architecture society in Oxford Brookes, and they are organizing many events in this lecture theater. For example, C.J. Lim, very well-known architect and publisher, came here, and actually it was nice to meet him, and also it's very nice to meet many designers and architects in the school, because Oxford is very popular in the UK, of course. That's why many well-known designers are coming here. So it's very quite nice.
Good. I think we've got a question. What do you think about 3D and VR?
Actually, in the course, it's all up to you, because, for example, sometimes I'm using just Rhino and Grasshopper for parametric design, but some people are using just physical models in architecture workshop. Of course, I'm doing some physical models, But you can create many things. It's all up to you because architecture, School of Architecture is ready to contribute you actually. Because in architecture, do you have some pictures in this or architecture workshop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the ones what I just showed here, like?
Because architecture
You mean
workshop.
like here?
No, this is our studio. I'm in the next to Max Payne building. Not Max Payne. This is a game, computer game.
I don't
Blah
think
blah
I have
Payne
those.
building.
No, I don't have
Okay.
those.
We have very big architecture workshop, and you can try many things. I mean, 3D printing, laser cutting, or some kind of different materials, and you can order it and you can use it. So it's all up to you.
Okay. Any final questions from anybody?
Emrah is asking, what do you think about 3D and VR?
Yeah, we just answered.
Yeah, I tried to answer him, but
okay. Brenton, okay, we are about to, I think, complete the program. Brenton, would you like to say hello to everyone? He made a great contribution to our meeting tonight. Brenton, do you hear us? I think he's having a technical problem. Okay. Herkese, let me say a final closer goodbye, Christina. Okay. There is a last question before we close. Emrah is asking, what do you think about space architecture? And please don't take it as a stupid question. He's saying that as well.
Do you wonder my own ideas or connection with the school, connection with the program?
Whatever you like.
I mean, for example, Mars. Actually, I can talk about the brief of the course. We have no very specific brief in the course. So if you want to focus on space architecture, or if you want to focus on Gothic architecture, parametric design, or Baroque, or something else, or just sustainable design, it's all up to you. So you can focus on the program, and all the lecturers are ready to argue with your ideas in your mind.
Okay, çok teşekkürler. Arkadaşlar, hepinize teşekkür ediyoruz. Thank you very much all, starting from Oğulcan, Christina, and Brenton, Jihad, and to everyone who listened to us tonight. Thank you very much, and see you hopefully in another webinar.
Yep,
all together.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks everyone for joining, and thanks Ali and Brenton. Thank you then. Bye bye.
Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.